Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we will learn about how to configure IP pool on MikroTik. IP pool is one of features that MikroTik has for the site range IP that the DHCP server could use and even point-to-point. We could call like limitation internet access. The purpose IP pool for the DHCP server is for giving limitation to router about IP address that client will get. Click Winbox. Login using MAC address, user admin, without password, and then click connect. Click new terminal. Okay, so first do checking the interface that we use using command interface print, and then click enter. Okay, so in here, we could see Ether1 just status is running. We will make a switch, so that's why I add command switch one in here. Okay, next we make IP address for router using command IP and then address and then add and then address. In here, I'm going to use address 28.28.28.1/24 and then interface is at 1 and then click enter. Next, do checking for IP address, type IP address print and then click enter. Okay, so we could see the IP address was successfully created with the interface is at 1. Next, we do IP full configuration to make range IP for the DHCP server. In here, I'm gonna make only 5 client, type IP and then pool, and 8 name 5 client, and then range 28.28.28.2 until 28.28.28.6. Okay, and then we'll click enter. Okay, so in here we couldn't use 28.1 because the IP already been used for router IP address in here. Okay, so next do checking using command IP pool print and click enter. We could see the IP pool configuration successfully created by the name is 5 client. Next, add IP pool to the DHCP server. For the purpose is router could know how much IP address the router will give to client that connected with the DHCP server. Type IP and then the DHCP server, and then add name. In here, I'm gonna name DHCP server as my name Nida, and then using interface Ether1, and then address pool. Address pool is name of IP pool is 5 client. Okay, and then disabled no for activating the DHCP server and then click enter. Then do checking using command IP DHCP server print and click enter. Okay, we could see the IP pool was successfully added to the DHCP server named Nida. Okay, then we make network configuration to the DHCP server using command IP and then the DHCP server and then network and then add address 28.28.28.0 and then /24 and then gateway. I'm gonna use gateway 28.28.28.1 and also DNS server. I'm gonna using Google DNS. They are 8.8.8.8 and then click enter. Okay, and then we do checking using IP DHCP server network and then print. Okay, and here we could see the IP DHCP server network just created. Okay, before we do checking, make sure the Ethernet client. Okay, first we should open network in internet setting. And then change adapter options. And then make sure that Ethernet setting was obtained. Click obtain, and then click OK. Close, and then close. And then wait for a while. Okay, and then open. Check details. So we just got IP address 28.28.28.6 with the subnet max is /24 and then gateway 28.28.28.1 and also the DNS server is 8.8.8.8. Okay. And also we could be checking on MikroTik. using IP and then DHCP server and then list print and then click enter. Okay, so in here we could see that client has been connected with IP address 28.28.28.6 and the host name is Tidak Fafianka. Okay, the status is dynamic too. Okay, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.